Ho, ho, ho. Good morning, everybody. There are 87 days until Christmas 2020. And this morning, we talk a little bit about some potential minor spoilers. Now, I want to be clear. These are very, very minor. And many of you may say, well, Santa, that's not even a spoiler. But you know what? If you want to go into the Mandalorian Season 2 with no information at all, then this could be spoiler for you. So if you want to go in fresh, you have no idea what's going to happen in the season, then these could be spoilers for you. So if that's not your thing, then come in some other time and we'll check out later. But I want to talk about these this morning. I think it'll be fun. Good morning, Trinity. Oh, nice and bright and early out there in California. Lord Vito, good morning. Good morning. Wookie Talks, good morning. Oh, glad to see you here. Thanks so much. So over the weekend, started Friday. So Friday, Hasbro had their convention, online virtual convention, and they released as part of the HasLab project that they were going to be doing the Razor Crest, and many of us got in on it, and we're signed up for that. Let me share my screen here with you guys so you can see the HasLab Razor Crest, and that had 6,000 backers needed in order to fully fund it for 2021. And so, yeah, no kidding, Trinity. 5 in the morning. Yeah, it's not bright for sure, but it is morning. Absolutely. So they announced they needed 6,000 backers. They're currently at 7,266, right? So they need just 700 and change to release to hit the 8,000 mark. And they released an extra little add-on with when you got to 8,000. Good morning, Adam Fanjecture. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Oh, wonderful Monday morning. So at 8,000, there's a release. There's also a planned release at 10,000. So you can see they've got these wonderful pictures. This thing's a big model. So at 20 inches wide, 10.5 inches tall, 30 inches long, that's a big ship. It's got some cool features in it. It's really neat. It comes apart like you can display it like it was when the Jawas took it apart and he had to reassemble it. You could take it apart, some of the panels off to recreate that image, that scene, and it's got all kinds of wonderful things. So I'm going to stop here because I want to show you something else first. So at 8,000 backers, there's an unlock. There's another at 10,000. We don't know what the 10,000 is, but since we went over 6,000, they released what the unlock is for 8,000, and I'll show you that in just a moment. The other thing that puts this in context is from the trailer, and I'll bring that up now. You can see in the trailer, and I froze it here at 1 minute and 23 seconds. This ship on fire. This is quite clearly the Razor Crest, right? So the Razor Crest, it's going from top right to bottom left, right? That's the direction it's traveling, and you can see, of course, the engine mount here. This is the Razor Crest going into atmosphere, and it's on fire. Let me let this play. I've got it at 0.25 speed, so we can kind of see it in the trailer because it goes by really quickly. You'll see it's at 23 seconds here. We let it play, and you can see it kind of roll, and there it is on fire. And that's already done at 24. So it's on there for about 1 second. And so the Razor Crest is on fire. And let me see if I can capture that again. Right there at 123. So the Razor Crest is on fire. Well, if you go back to the HasLab project, and this unlock number 1, you'll see that the unlock number 1 is an escape pod add-on. And in the escape pod here, you can see the Mandalorian figure inside. So might we then see the escape pod actually used in season 2 as we get Trinity. I miss our other bald brother in the morning as well. It was fantastic. Reefer Man Reviews, good morning. So I think that we have a minor spoiler here. In the trailer itself, it was only on there for 1 second. You see the Razor Crest on fire. And in here, you can see this escape pod. So I think they're going to actually use the escape pod, and that's not shown. So there you go. There's our minor, very minor, I think, spoiler for season 2. The other piece of that kind of falls in play is there's a scene of the Mandalorian standing in front of wreckage on the snow. Let's see if I can bring that up here. So here we see the Razor Crest, not on fire. It looks like the back door is open, but the Razor Crest is coming in here, and you'll see I think this is played out of order. And trailers do this, right? Mark Hamilton, good morning. Oh, good morning. So right here. So I think that this very well could be the Razor Crest. And this is the front. You see these yellow markings here, or the orangish markings here. I think this is after the fire. The Razor Crest has landed. They escaped in the escape pod. That might be what's over here even, but I doubt it. But I think they're coming back and they're saying, "Oh, we've got a problem. This thing is wrecked." And let's go back. I want to show you those yellow markings. You can see them here. Here we go. Let me come in here and play it. And here we go. Right there. See the yellow markings? So I think the Razor Crest has been crushed. Here's the gun at the front that you see. Here's the yellow markings. And I think the entire bottom has been crushed up in. And what you're seeing is like this piece of the Razor Crest right there. And that's what's causing people not to really be able to put it in perspective when you come back and see it in the snow. Let's see if we can bring it up again. When you see it in the snow here, this is, one more second, there it is. So here we go, right? The whole bottom is crushed up in. This is just that wing segment there and the gun that's been absolutely smashed down. So that's my thought. Reefer Man, I thought the same thing. That's a Razor Crest. Yeah, I think so. Mark Hamilton, 100%. That's the Razor Crest. So I'm seeing a lot of agreement. So I think that we see things out of order in the trailer. Of course, that's a common kind of thing for folks to do in trailers, right? They put it out of order and they place first the out of sequence so that then you can't really piece together the story really well. But here, I think that the if you're right, that means, so Fanjax are here. If you're right, that means the Razor Crest is no more after that episode. Perhaps they have to have it rebuilt. And we did see that when the Jawas took it apart, that it was in pieces. And Quill and Din Djarin put it back together. And if that's the case, if this is the Razor Crest, it's in really bad shape. And it's going to take a major overhaul to take this piece of wreckage and turn it back into a ship. Or maybe the Razor Crest is no more. I don't know. That's a really good point, Adam, and we'll have to see. But that's we do see it on fire. There's no question that that's the Razor Crest on fire at 123. We go back to 123 here. 122, 123, right? There's no question that this is the Razor Crest right here. This is definitely the Razor Crest. And if that's the Razor Crest, then and if they use the escape pod, which I believe will happen, then it could absolutely be smashed. So, Mark, there's plenty of precedent of smashing ships up and miraculously repairing them. One might be pointed out in the sequel trilogy that the X-Wing Luke's X-wing door was on his hut, and then he raises the X-wing, and that door miraculously gets fixed onto the wing again. So yeah, Mark, yeah, you're bringing up my point. That's exactly right. And Solo as well. Yeah, Solo they beat up the Falcon pretty badly. But that's what I wanted to talk about as far as the spoiler. There's also some crazy rumors out there. Oh, you know what? I just went and did all that stuff, and I didn't share the screen. Oh my goodness, Santa. Yeah, so here we go. We've got the Razor Crest on fire here at 123. Right, there's the Razor Crest on fire. There's the escape pod again. So we know it's on fire, right? That's going to be major damage, and if they escape, then you know the escape pod's been ejected, and that happened with the Falcon, and they never put it back, right? Dale, Hasbro made so much money on the original, they have come up with a new ship design already. Oh, Dale, you're an evil person. But that might be true. Actually, what's the best way to get you to buy more merch? Make more stuff, right? So if they destroy the Razor Crest, and you have to then have the Din Djarin and the child need a new ship, then we'll have another model to buy. And this turkey here ain't cheap. Let's just show, like, this is the buy-in for this is $349, so $350 US after tax. That came up to $375 and change for Santa. The elves they charged Santa for that one. So that's a fairly major purchase, but it's got fantastic. Like let me see, bring this up. They showed that these weapons actually come out. Like you can these are weapons then that you can remove from the weapons locker and use with a figure. And so these weapons aren't just molded in there. They're actual weapons that are then that hang inside of the Razor Crest there. What do you think the chances are that they're trying to mislead us into thinking it is the Razor Crest? Well, Reefer Man, that's a really good question, but let me back up to just before, and I've got this playing at 0.225 speed, and I'll just go ahead and expand. Well, I got to be careful. Disney, daggone it, Disney struck my video Friday when I was playing doing the live stream of the Hasbro's reveal in Star Wars panels. They struck my video because there was some of the trailer was in my video, and they picked it. So Adam, let me get. You have to pay $400 to get this, and then you still have to paint it yourself. That's Adam, that's a good question, and it's out there. I think they said that when the sail barge, when Jabba's sail barge came out, that it initially on the funding that it was not painted as well, but then when it was released, it was painted. So let me just show you that the sail barge. If we go back to HasLab, the sail barge. If we go back to previous projects, this is the sail barge as it was released, and it's definitely colored. But at least the folks online were saying that when it was originally being funded, that the coloring was not there. But when it was released, it was. So we're still waiting to see. Hopefully, with your $400, it gets painted. So that's the case. Hey, Lonely Banner LB. Oh, good morning. You're here. Wonderful. Thanks so much for stopping in, folks. LB's put out some great content lately. If you're not subscribed to the Lonely Banter, you should be. He puts out some fantastic entertainment, and it's worth your time. So, let's see. I saw, Mark Hamilton is saying it's getting painted. Don't worry. And there we go. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, they don't render up a painted version until they know it's funded. And that's that's what we're waiting to see. We're waiting to see what the actual colors are going to look like, and at that point, the sales will pick up again. You can already see it's at. And when we started the stream, it was less than 7,300. Now it's over 7,300 backers. We're now down to 638 people needed to unlock the escape pod and find out what the third unlock is. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah. So the question was, what do we think that it might not be the Razor Crest? So I'm gonna put this back at 0.25 and let it play. That looks like the Razor Crest to me. So let me expand this just so you guys can see it better. And I don't know if I can make this bigger. I think the size is the size. So yeah, there's not much I can do there. I mean, that looks like the Razor Crest. That's the engine. It's going this direction. I don't know what else it would be if it's not the Razor Crest. But it's a good question. What if it's not? So, well, yeah. What do I think the third unlock is going to be? Oh, Adam's having trouble with the keyboard this morning. No, you're just doing daddy daycare. You haven't had enough caffeine because you don't do the morning. What was the name of your morning stream? It was Morning Brew. The Morning Brew with the coffee. That was fantastic, and I severely miss it. But yeah. So what do I think the second unlock's going to be? My guess, at least maybe my hope, is that the second unlock is going to be the carbonite bounties. So I'm hoping that they've got 4 or 5 of those carbonite bounties that'll be the unlocks. So yeah, I can't help but see this is the Razor Crest on fire. That's got to be the Razor Crest on fire. I don't know what else it could be. And then the other is, we know for sure that this is the escape pod, right? So it's already, and they worked with Lucasfilm to create this, and you got to believe that this is the arranged with Lucasfilm, and that's what it comes from. The blue Mithril figure, Mithril, not to be confused with Mithril. Mithril's from the Lord of the Rings, and it's a magic armor, right? Like made by the not elves. I'm just drawing a blank, but and then Mark Hamilton and the blurg for the hold. I don't know if they'll release a blurg or not, but I think that the elves have given me a rumor that maybe on one of the Mando Mondays we're going to see Quill and a blurg released as a toy figure for 2021. So I think that the unlock is less likely to be a blurg, more likely to be the carbonite, the carbonite bounties. So I'm really hoping that's it. So, well, thank you, Mark. Thank you, appreciate it. So that's am I going to be? Trev. Good morning. I'm going to be reviewing Mando episodes on Mondays. Yes, we'll be reviewing Mando episodes as well as the Mando Monday reveals. So StarWars.com has talked about some Mando Mondays, and the Mando Mondays, they're expecting Hasbro to announce some of the things that were rumored that the elves had kind of picked out of the works, and they're going to release those toy figures throughout the season to kind of keep the excitement up. And we saw during the Hasbro live con, some of the figures that they did release even were only digital drawings, that they didn't even have the prototypes that they could bring on and show us. So I think that we're likely to see, we're very likely to see the figures come out as they're able to get production runs up. You know, the elves, they're making these toys as quickly as possible. You see the demand is huge. And when you've got a thing as big as the Razor Crest here, it's going to take them some time. The Dwarves of Moria. Yeah, Trev. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, so I think we're going to get toy reveals. Mark saying, and I agree with Mark, 8 weeks of toy reveals after each new Mando episode. So I think Mando Mondays are going to be a lot of fun. I do plan to cover the Mando Mondays. So the question is, what time is that going to be? I've been coming on early in the morning, 8 something in the morning, Eastern, to the live stream because that fits into my work schedule and my day. But I'm not sure that I'll be able to cover the Mando Mondays at 8 o'clock in the morning. My guess is I'm going to have to cover those later in the day. So when I find out what that Mando Monday time schedule is for StarWars.com, then I'll schedule my live stream to be around that time so that I can cover it live and we could discuss the toy reveals as they come. But you know, just to keep in mind, there's rumors of Black Series, including a lot more. But as you look at the Razor Crest, the Razor Crest is a vintage collection. So this is vintage collection, so that it fits with the vintage characters, and we're looking for what vintage collection figures will be released. So they'll go with the model, and so some of those are, and one of the rumors is that we'll get Quill and a Blurg together, Quill and a Blurg, and we're supposed to get Grief Karga. We're supposed to get Moff Gideon. We're supposed to get, well, Cara Dune is already available as well as the Mando. And one of the things they mentioned here is the Mando coming with this Razor Crest is going to have a cape that allows him to fit into the seat, because the action figures that you get, the vintage collection figures, the cape prevents it from being able to be seated in the chair. So the cape here is going to be able to be manipulated in a way that he can get him into this chair. So that's pretty cool. That's what it makes me think. Is vintage going to match like Return of the Jedi figure from the 80s? Yes. It's that size. So when they talk about the vintage, they're those, it's a particular size, like the 3.5. Yeah, this is, it's really incredible. Yeah, look at that. Like when you look at the detail in here, this is absolutely amazing. And I mentioned before, like in the weapons locker here, this weapon locker, each of these weapons come out, right? These are individual weapons that are stored in the locker. So yeah, Mark, they're 3.75 inches. That's right. When they talk vintage collection is a little misleading because it's the Razor Crest is not vintage; it's brand new. But vintage collection refers to the size. Like Black Series, you know, the Black Series are like 6-inch figures. These are going to be 3.75. Yeah, I see something noticeably missing from the cockpit. Yeah, yeah. Where's the child? But they've got some fantastic stuff. Let me show you another part of the detail. If you guys haven't seen this, the detail in here is astounding. You've even got, let me see if I can show you guys, like, where is it? So there it is taken apart like it would be after they got hold of it and took it, you know. Let's see. I'm looking for a particular picture in here, and it's hiding from me. I know it's in here. There's a oh, there. That's one. So you see, like this opens up, and the gun comes up out, right? So normally it'd be closed, but then you can open it and raise that gun. that's in the rear facing turret. That's pretty cool. And then, yeah, there it is, closed. You can see closed, and then that's the gun turret closed, and then there's the gun turret open. That's way cool. But then there's also on the inside detail. Not only do you have the weapons locker that opens, but oh, I think you can see it in here. Yeah, here you go. There's the evacuator. Oh my goodness! Did anybody need to see that urinal that way? Oh! But you know, there it is. You've got absolutely amazing amount of detail. So it's pretty exciting. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm gonna catch back up. The knob. Oh, the knob the child stole. Was that actually missing? Let me go back. Let me go back and look in that. Is that knob missing? I didn't notice that. Let's see, get back down here to that close up. Trying to go through the pictures. Come on. There we go. Oh, look. Look at that. The knob is gone. Oh, wow. That is really, really sharp. That Dale, you caught that. The knob that it took. Do you think this is better design, the Razor Crest or the Falcon? I like the Falcon better myself, but it's a bigger vessel, right? The Razor Crest is pretty small. So I agree with Mark. The Falcon, I don't have a tattoo. Santa doesn't have tattoos, but the Razor Crest is a bit of a Ravager ship. So that was the first big portion of news. There's another thing that has come out over the weekend, and it's gotten some traction. I know Girls with Sabers did a story over the weekend, but it's also come out on several other sites that there are rumors, and this is Girls with Sabers, of Ezra and Rey in a movie. Now, of course, Girls with Sabers, they're Reylos. They're big on the Reylos, so of course they got to include Ben in the World Between Worlds. So that was a big thing they guessed. But the rumor is, and the speculation is, that there is a movie in the works featuring Rey Skywalker, after the rise of Skywalker, with Ezra Bridger, and that some of the pictures released, leaked, whatever you want to say, kind of show a silhouette of the three buns that Rey has and Ezra. So there's rumor that there's a movie in the works. Of course, that gets a lot of people's ire up because they don't like the sequels, or they don't like Rey's character. But that if they're going to continue by creating a movie featuring Rey and perhaps Ezra, and at this point you would think Ezra is a good bit older than Rey, would be a mentor to her, would be maybe that Jedi Master. Yeah, Ezra would be in his 50s, right? So Ezra would be a good bit older and would definitely be, yeah, at least the same age as Luke and Leia. Yeah, at least, right? Yes, Adam, you're right. It sounds a bit far-fetched for now. I tend to agree that it is far-fetched, but there's smoke. There's smoke on the horizon, and where there's smoke, people look for fire. And maybe it's just a wisp of smoke, or maybe it's a bigger signal. But it does seem that there's something going on. Will, I get this feeling that Disney planned more than we thought sometimes. Then I snap out of it. Hilarious. Yeah, I tend to disagree with people who say there was no plan, but I think there was a tiny skeleton of a plan rather than a fully fleshed out plan. But unless, Trev, does time travel include de-aging? Does it do that? In my experience with Star Wars, light speed travel, hyperspace travel, have no effect on age as they would according to Einstein's theory of relativity, right? So Star Wars has not obeyed science laws at all. So I think that that's got to be, if Ezra's in there, then he would be quite a bit older than Rey, would be a mentor to Rey. And you got to remember too that we learned in Rise of Skywalker that Finn is force sensitive, and it would make sense that Rey and Finn would be going about trying to learn more of Jedi skills, or to help other force sensitives that might be out in the universe. So I think if that's the case, if there is a Rey Skywalker series in the works, or a movie in the works, that you would look for a little more evidence. So I tend to go back and agree that I do think that it's a bit of a far-fetched deal. You guys are a fantastic chat here, talking about the timing, right? So you're absolutely right. They have a general trajectory in mind. Filoni's guiding the ship. Yeah, and he's doing a great job. Ezra was born Empire Day and Revenge of the Sith, and Palpatine says this is a galactic empire. Yeah. Luke and Leia are born like a week after. So yeah, they're the same age. Luke, Leia, and Ezra would be same age. And, close enough. If you're talking within days or weeks, when you start to get up into your 50s, it's the same age. It's the same age. So you would think that here, Luke, Leia, Ezra, being the same age, that the actor portraying Ezra would be aged up a bit if he's going to be in that movie, so that they could use him at his natural age for spin-off live action shows. And that's what I tend to think. Other news I wanted to just share with you guys. Yesterday afternoon, and this is just a little bit of a hint what's coming. Yesterday afternoon, I did a podcast with a friend of mine, with a very prominent YouTuber, with over 100,000 subscribers. So we're putting that podcast together. We're going to split it between our channels. It's another friend of mine who has a YouTube channel. He's going to take partial of that podcast, put on his channel. I'm going to take the other portion, put on my channel, and it's a podcast format, so it won't be live stream. I'll release it as a podcast format, but in YouTube. So look for that to be coming. And I'm trying to arrange another 100,000 plus subscriber prominent YouTuber that we're affiliated with to do a podcast with us as well. But our other prominent YouTubers not respond to me on Discord. So I'm trying to get his attention. He's super, super busy. When you've got that many subscribers and you're trying to grow your channel, you've got a lot going on. So if any of you have any ability at all to put some sway in with our friend Josh Lucas, I am desperately trying to get hold of him and schedule some time to just do a podcast in the same sort of format as this other prominent YouTuber. So it would be fantastic to get Josh on for the second in that series. And then we're lining up some other guests for future episodes. So look for that to be coming this week. That podcast will be coming on. What do we have? Let's see. What do you say? You could have ancient Sith Revan travel forward through time, world between worlds, cause havoc. Boy, Mark, I see where you're going. I hope they don't ever use the world between worlds again. If they do, the Reylos will lose their minds. They will lose their minds, because the Reylos are desperately wanting to use the world between worlds to bring Ben Solo back. And they believe that that's where he is, that he's trapped in the world between worlds. In that, if you haven't seen, you don't know what the world between worlds are, you need to watch the Rebels series, and there's an episode in where Ezra Bridger goes to this space between time and space, and it's got this walkway and portals to different places and times, and it would and he pulls Ahsoka out of a timeline. They have a discussion, and then she gets reinserted back into that timeline, so it doesn't create any kind of loop. But that's the world between worlds, and the Reylos believe that that walkway is where Ben is trapped, and that somebody could go into the world between worlds and pull him out, or perhaps go back before he dies in Rise and pull him out so that he doesn't die, and then reinsert him. So I'm not a fan of using that. Will went and saw Empire in theaters. Fantastic. Oh man, the way time passes in the original and the present is so much more thought out. It's still confusing. You're right, Will. In the original trilogy, there are some confusing parts, and Empire is one where they leave Hoth at the same time, right? So Luke leaves Hoth. He goes to Dagobah. Han and Leia leave Hoth and they end up on that asteroid where they almost get eaten, and then they arrive at Cloud City within hours of each other. One goes to Dagobah, spends some time on Dagobah for a while with Yoda. The other pretty much make a direct trip, other than stopping in that asteroid, and yet they arrive at the same time. So the passing of days, weeks, whatever, is a little confusing. Yeah. Yeah, they have to destroy the world between worlds, stop it happening. You're right, Will or Mark, because if they don't destroy it, people will continue to speculate. Who's the other YouTubers? Who? That's a secret, Adam. Shh, I can't tell. Oh, that'll ruin the surprise. Yeah. The space lost wolves. I would bring out a point. You guys mentioned the space whales. The space whales are used in, and I mentioned this before, Lost in Space season 2 on Netflix. The space whales are in there. They're totally the exact space whales that you see in Rebels. They look exactly the same. That's great. Yeah, I agree. It's a bad idea to go there. Yeah. One has hyperspace, one doesn't. Right, Will? I know. It just gets confusing, right? So it gets confusing on the time. How much time did it take Han and Leia? It doesn't show that passing of time in any way, so it leaves it ambiguous. And it's explained in Expanded Universe a little bit more, where one has to travel in sublight speed, and it's going to take a lot longer to get from point A to point B than going from A to B to C at hyperspace. So, yeah. Space whales. Yeah. The space whales take some, they were pretty tough. Yeah. I think the next gen had some type of space whale too. Oh, Star Trek. I don't remember the space whales in TNG. But you could be right. I just don't. My memory's not pulling it up. Yeah. So I want to keep advertising. You'll see in my thumbnails this JingleRing, and JingleRing is a service you can go to online. And let me just I'll bring it up here and show you guys what JingleRing is about. Because Santa has signed up with JingleRing. It's a virtual visit with Santa. It goes on sale November 1st. If you register between now and then, you get a 20% discount. And if you use Santa's JingleRing code, which is 40, you'll get to have a virtual visit with me, with live with your children, your family. You can visit with Santa, and that'll be me if you use Jingle code 40. And so they've got some fantastic things planned here. They've got some wonderful cooperation with, where did I see it? No, let me go back here. I will go down. Partners. They're partnered with Kids Bop. If you guys have heard those Kids Bop commercials, Kids Bop is partnered with them, as well as this Santa's Fantastical. It's a holiday destination in Atlanta. They do portraits with Santa, and then they have these animated characters that I gotta find it where they show these animated characters that they've worked with Disney Studio animators to create. And on the FAQs, you can see what JingleRing is and who created it. This is Fanjecture. Adam, you pre-registered. Oh, wonderful! I'm so excited. I can't wait. It'll be a lot of fun. How can you make it? Here's all the information's on there. Is it like a Zoom conference? It's not exactly. It's proprietary. They're doing this. It's all online. You can get your visit with Santa for $25 for the virtual visit. At $20 if you want to pre-record it, but it's $25 for the virtual visit. And with that, you get a recording of your visit with Santa. You get a keep, as well as they take a photo at one point, and it takes about 30 pictures and stitches them together to make sure everybody's eyes are open. How many children are included? It includes a limit of 5 children total. If you have more than 5, then you have to do multiple visits and do them in groups of 5. So that covers like grandparents who want to get like 18 kids on there. They've got to separate it out. And then there's all kinds of different things. It's videos and pictures. It's all included. You can also include some guests who are other places around the world. It's meant for like military families, and they can do that. So there's a military works. Military rate in the works. I was looking to see if I could find somewhere on here. There's a picture of those fantastic characters, and I just don't see it. So anyway, that's maybe it was in the FAQs. No, it wasn't in the FAQs. We were just on there. Was it in the blog? There's somewhere on here they have it. But anyway, if you use Jingle Code 40, or in my description, I put a direct link that has the JingleRing code for me, number 40, embedded in it, so you can do that. It'll be fantastic. So, so if you guys are interested in having a visit with me, you've got family, you've got your own children, you've got nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever. I would sincerely appreciate the references. If you'll send them the link that's in the description of this video, or just that JingleRing code of 40, they'll get a visit with me as Santa during the holidays. So that'd be fantastic. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So with that, we're just after 9 o'clock. I don't know if Trinity's doing. I'm not big enough to have my own emojis. And so I can't do the Trinity, are you streaming? Right, I don't have that. So I don't know if Trinity is. I think I saw last week that he's going back to his 11 o'clock because he's going to try to cut Josh off at 11. But if he's on, look for him. And again, I mentioned Fanjecture. Fanjecture has moved he's taken his talents to South Beach. No, he's taking his talents to Twitter. And so look for Fanjecture's channel on Twitter. I don't know if they even call it a channel over there. And then, of course, we've got coming up just a little bit this morning, the Denim Nerds Live. And, of course, the Lonely Banter. The Lonely Banter is absolutely – I'm not big enough for emojis either. Really? You got to be kidding me. Nobody's given LB his own custom emojis. That's a travesty. Travesty. Oh my goodness. LB, again, he's given us some fantastic entertainment lately. If you're not subscribed to the Lonely Banter, you should be. It's wonderful entertainment on his channel. Absolutely worth having in your Twitch. Did I say Twitter? He said, yeah, Fanjecture has taken his talents to Twitch. I think I said Twitter. Oh, Santa. Yeah, we're canceling Josh. Again, you guys, I know Trinity, you and Adam have a lot more influence with Josh than I do. I desperately want to get hold of him. I really want to do the podcast with him as our second episode of the stream. I wanted to get him for the first, but I just can't get the guy to respond to me. He's super busy, but I know you guys have a little more pull with him. So if you could get a hold of Josh and talk him into talking to Santa, that would be great. Right now, he's got me lower on the priority, and I'm not bubbling up high enough to get any attention. So you guys, thanks so much for being here this morning. I truly appreciate the support. I really, you guys mean the world to me, and spending my day with you, it keeps me very happy. So you guys have a great day. We'll look for you on the Den of Nerds Live. And I don't know what happened to Star Wars Sunday yesterday. Josh was, again, a busy fella. So hopefully we'll get some Star Wars information on Monday. But we don't know. We'll find out. You got Hawks Holocrons. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you guys can catch it on a replay. And hopefully Disney doesn't strike me this time. Oh my goodness. Couldn't believe they did that. You guys have a wonderful day. And until we see you next time, Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye.